Good afternoon, everybody in Amsterdam, and good morning and in New York or in America. If you're watching this at 7:30, we are just watching Ford. In the early bird show, I told you guys 7:36 would be a level. I will go long at 7:36. Just walk the dog again, so it's a little bit scruffy, but this is what happened pre-market. So in the opening, this was 4 a.m. this morning, and we didn't see anything other than just a lot of chop and nothingness. And look what happened here at 7 o'clock when a lot of trade stations open up. This is 7 o'clock, and then boom, over the 7:36. So 7:36 is no longer a level as far as I am concerned. So just seems that this one really wants to go. So 7:36 was a level because of something. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. Well, I do, kind of. But no, this has just become a third day runner, if such a thing exists, so that I can put in 758 or anything here, but what you really want to see now is a price action. So wait till you're seeing what's happening during opening. There will be some price discovery first and then price action on Ford. And please keep in mind it's still 1.5 hours before we go open. So I'm going to say price action. I'm going to say anything above pre-market high will be a high, will be a long. For Ford, then also let's go quickly through those. These are all the stocks that we discussed this morning. So this was Ford, BLL, nothing happening there. UTHR, nothing happening there. So if you want to see what the levels are on these stocks, then you should watch them back. I can call them now, but this is on UTR, it's 170, 172, 176.40. And NTCO is dog is a little bit jumpy today, so I'm going to ignore her. Excuse me for that. I put my microphone out when I scream. I have to scream because she's upstairs when she's barking like that, and I really have to scream, otherwise she won't listen to me. And if I scream very hard and you have your pots in, then you're going to be deaf in a few days. So this is NTCO. Okay, nothing happening there. So still the levels 2080, 2088, 2091. Everything above 2091 is a long for me. Anything under this 2080 will be a short back. Also nothing happening there. So the levels are still in order there. CLOV, CLOV. Nothing happening. So levels are 856, 1058. They're now at it's now trading at 911 without any volume. CCL. Well, just fell through this level here at 3051 and then tried to get through that one. So the 3051, you can see that here, there's no volume, but try to get above that on no volume, and now it's higher than opening here. So this blue line is the pre-market open, and this white one is post-market close. It's now above pre-market open, and so what you want to see on CCL, what I like if I trade CCL like I did yesterday, I showed you yesterday or how I did it. So this was my level here for CCL, or the day before, I'm not sure anymore. But if CCL does something like this, so these big drops on the 5-minute candles, and then it lands in some kind of a level that you like, and you can play this to the upside and make yourself a 50 to 70 cent profit. If it has a good day, then it also might go on and break this 3150. So I'm just going to assume that these levels are pretty much correct. I'm just going to put this one here right now, just between this blue and white one. And so this is more an area of resistance than just the line. And if you see something like this, then this line is also a level on. Besides this 3003, this 3019 is also a level. Support, 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 and this is your big resistance to the upsides. And what you also want to look at here, of course, is this these tops that you can see here on a 5-minute candle. So this is clearly something that you have to look at. 3085 for CCL. If you're a swing trader, then you could look at that slowly grinding up all the way to its COVID high of around 40. So if you like that and that kind of play, then please do trade that in that way. Okay, so that was CCL, a little adjustment on the levels there. So now we're going to talk about AAL, American Airlines. American Airlines has also this tendency to fall and then just hit a level and then go up again. So this white line and blue line are also levels. Every time you watch my show, you can see these white lines here, post-market close, and this blue one is pre-market open. It's always a level. Not always the strongest level, but it is a level no matter what. So nothing going on right now. So 2440, I would like to see this dropping to 2440 and then regain some strength to the upside 26. But also just go there 26, and then you can short it if it does not break this level. Nikola is was out of favor for a long time, but well, really tries to. And this is what I want to see on Nikola. Nothing changed here. I just want to see this one, this ugly wick. I want to see that getting filled for the long side, and if I don't see that, then I'm not going to trade that one today. Nothing changed there. And then SKLZ. This happened SKLZ also at the 7 o'clock mark. There's going to be another mark just in 20 minutes, which will be the 8 o'clock. A lot of trading platforms open then, and a lot of retail traders coming in, and algos, I think. I don't know what's coming in at 7 and 8 exactly. But if you look at pre-market every day of the week for years now, then you can really see what's going on here. And if you see something like this happening, and it's now in 2150, which we call a level because we didn't see any level other than the nice round numbers, then just keep this one on your watch list, 2150. If this breaks, then put in another level and look at your pre-market high if market is open, but you really have to trade this one on price action. So just see what's happening in market open. That's called price discovery. And if you like what you're seeing, and I'm also using my level 2 and my tape for that, then price action is the thing that you should do. What I do, at least. You don't have to do anything. DLTR. So this is this looks like a bottom to me. tries to stay above this line here, 101.99, so the 102 you can say, and this is 142 as a support level. ART, this is ART, also nothing happening right now, so these levels stay intact, 1896, 111.84. On the early bird show, I really talk about these levels and how did I get them, but this is just a quick update. 92.92 as a level that's a long way from home, so if it falls all the way to that point, then it's hard to trade, I think, but it can move $2.40 on a day as on average. So 95.34 is some kind of a resistance here. This one, nice one grinding up. So if you really want to see this as a level also, then you might at this point here. So I'm going to put in this one, 93.65. And I'm going to make it purple, and then you know what it means, don't you? And if you don't know what it means, ask me in the chat or ask me under this video. So this is 93.65. Then CVE is CVE, that's the last one. CVE is the last one. Oh, we talked about this one, and I gave the example on how to trade it, and I accidentally erased all the lines that I drew this morning. So what you want to see, obviously, after this gap up first and then this thing happening, what I expect, but well, expectations are very dangerous to have if you're a day trader. So what I expect is that something like this will happen here, that it will stay here for a while and breathe. But if it does not, if it doesn't breathe here, then anything above 930 is a long for me. So I want to really see some strength, and if you want to see this one moving, you really have to look at above 930. It's 1.2 billion float, $9 stock, can only move 30 cents a day. So thickly traded, I think, but maybe it's just something that will go today. And if not, if it hovers here, then you cannot play it. It's that's also great information. So let's look at what's happening right now in pre-market. Let's look at this watch list and see what's going on. Let's look at some volume. SNDL still in the top volume-wise. So play this one on price action, please, because you cannot call any levels on this one. AMC. Okay. Well, do what you want with it. So there, you cannot say anything about this one. It can go to 73 again and just can fall down here. So if you want to play that one, play that on price action, but please wait before you play that to see what kind of price discovery you can find. But on AMC, that's a difficult thing. So I'm not going to play that one. WINT. Big move up from the $1, $2 mark to the $3 mark. So it's a small one, but if you prefer these smaller ones, then you might want to see this one get above VWAP, and then I would only play the break above 297 because of this. So, well, maybe can be interesting. Then Sense, well, it got to this high here. We looked at Sense this morning also because someone in the chat said that it's maybe an interesting one. if you follow me, then you see that this is happening. This is not a real trend line, to be clear. So, but a lot of times you see this. And if you're a short player and you can get hold of shorts on this small one cents, normally they are hard to borrow, or you have to reserve them in your platform. But if you can, then this just might go to have this little bump up here to VWAP and then just go down all the way and all day long, all the way to $2 maybe. But if there's some strength in it, then I would play it only above the $3 mark. So watch list, pre-market. Anything else going on? If someone has something, a ticket that they want to ask, please mention it here in we'll look at it. BlackBerry. Also here from the opening, this big jump here to this point, and then just doing this. So BlackBerry only interesting for me if you are above 17. It's now around 15.5. So really has to have a big day. So this is also a small one, ADMP. You can also see what happened here. Maybe even clearer on the 5-minute mark. So this happened in post-market, I think on earnings or on some kind of results, because it's a pharmaceutical. Then this happened here. This is not an exact trend line, of course, but you get a picture here, and now it tries to keep the $1, but that's always interesting if you are into these small ones. This is a level $1. If it gets under the $1, then people forget about it very soon. So if it can hold at $1, then just maybe it might get a jump up again. And well, if it gets all the way up to 50 cents, then it's magic. Even if you only play this one with $1,000 or something, then look what you can make here. If that's your game. And if it's not, stay away. Then another one, SLRX. Also a small one, so the small ones are back, it seems. Very difficult. There's also this big jump up, sorry. And now down all the way, just so it didn't get to the $2 mark, and now it's around 150. So it's going to be a tall order, maybe above VWAP there will be a play to the $2 mark, but be careful. NAKD does not seem to want to get above that $1, so it's only interesting if it gets above there. We talked about Ford already. QK. See the same pattern every time. If you see this, guys and girls, if you see this, then please be very careful to go long in a stock like this, because it's just the pattern that you see here will continue during the day, and it will only stop somewhere here, so around 34. So if you cannot short these small ones because it's hard to borrow, or you have to pay for them, and it's just only interesting if it gets a jump and then gets above this pre-market high here. So 220 is the high for here, for this one. Oh, workhorse. What's happening here? So just the last one, workhorse. This is what I did yesterday. Gave it all back. So jump here to 1836, now 14, so it's very volatile. Be aware. This is the trend now. So you're trading against the trend if you trade it right now, and you really want to see some positivity in this one. So really something like this. It's just, so this is just, this is all chop and this is all chop. You cannot play this here. I won't play this here, just so I want to see some strength back in this one. There's nothing to see right now, so price action play for workhorse also. Okay, so not Lisa. Sorry, didn't see you there, Lisa. Good to have you here. TEL is the ticker. Okay, if you see these green bars here, so this does not mean that I made $424 on this stock. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to practice my my option plays sometimes, and that's all on paper. So this is not this. I use TC2000 only as my graphs, and I use trade 0 here. This one I use that one to trade with. So Lisa, this is a good call. I can see what where you're looking at this one. So erase those. Pretty good in options, am I? That's the $1 mark. So I'm not sure if this is an option play at all. I just thought, well, okay, if a stock gets above $1, I'm just going to get in. What happens then? So I think that's a trial and error on my side. Okay, let's stick to what you can do with TEL on the daily. So had a big gap up here, some trouble and indecisiveness here, maybe almost fell down again, then 1, 2 big green bars, and then on these days you don't like this. And then a gap up again, and then gave it all back from there. So 248 million volume, 50-cent move on a day in average, but you can clearly tell that it can move a lot more. So TEL is a difficult one, Lisa. Okay, Aaron, workhouse believes received a downgrade from which bank? JP Morgan, or could you check that for me? Because I'm now occupied with the curveball that Lisa gave me. Well, it's not a you can just you always have to be very cautious if this one has such a big gap up and then goes down and then meets a lot of resistance support here, sorry. So this is the support clearly at $5 here. So someone wants to pull it back down here to fill this gap. I say someone, but you know what I mean. So this is just you really want to see this $5 mark holding here. So if it does not hold at $5 mark, then get out of it, because look what it can do then. It can just fall to this 439-ish level. So $5 really needs to hold here, and there's something going on also here, if you can see that. So it's really a stock that's trading on a whole $1.50. So this is $5 and this is $5.50. really clearly has troubles breaking this $550 mark. So these are your levels for tell. So what you want to see, what I want to see on stocks like these is it's just big enough for a bounce. If it's smaller, then it often does not bounce. So what you want to see here is something like this. So this going down here, then a bounce at the $5. And then you want to see some kind of this is not exactly as you would see it, of course. So it's going down, then going up, and you have two possible ways of playing this one. You can, if you really believe in this one, you can put a limit order in 502 and say, okay, if it hits 502, I'm going to be in. And what you can also do is you can play this one just above this level here and say, okay, if it's making a new high in this 1 minute candle, so these are the 1 minute candles, if it's making a new high here, then I'm going to get in here just above this candle. That's a more secure play, and you lose a lot of money, so you have to see if there's enough room to go upside. So what I would do based on what I'm seeing here is that I'm just going to put in a limit order here at 502. So limit 502. You really have to have a stop loss of I think 10 cents or something. So this is your stop loss then. Because if it's breaking that $5, I told you, then it will go all the way. If you're it can go all the way, because here this is no man's land. You are no level. So if it breaks this $4.96, $5, then it can all the way down to $4.40, and that's something that you really don't want. So that's tell. Aaron XX steel. We talked about X in the early bird show for a few days, and now it's taking a breather. So this nice move up since I think the election of Biden, and really got some, because of the infrastructure plans that he had, of course. And but what you see here, if you look at a chart like this, then what you see here, if this is what this is X is doing right now here, it's doing also, it has done the breathing time before, to the low side, to the high side. So it's not uncommon for the stock to have this breathing spaces here, and that's what it's doing right now. So as a day trader, well, it's difficult to play this one on days like these, of course, but if you want to see any pattern in this, then the real pattern would be that it's trying to hold on to its 9 EMA, and if it doesn't, then the 20 EMA comes to rescue. So if you're long in this one, if you want to be long in this one, then 25.78 is really a level, and this 25.41 also. And then to the upside, well, why not 27? But it just also might just hover here for a while like this. So I think you have to play this one on volume also, and because otherwise you are not, for day trade it's difficult. If you are a swing trader, then you really have to see some strength in this one. So if it has to hold these moving averages, because if it does not, then it just can fall back all the way to 24.20-ish. So Aaron, that's on X US Steel. Okay, that's it. Those were my stocks for the day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for putting in the ticker, Aaron, and thanks for putting in the ticker, Lisa. Great to see you here. I will be back. I'm back on Twitter, so if you want to see what I'm doing all day long, then just look at my Twitter. And you will find it by now. It's under the video of Benzinga. I have to put it under this video also, but I'm just sloppy like that. So if you're going to trade today, be very careful. If you're not going to trade today, have a nice day and have a nice weekend. And if you want to, then you can see me again and hear me again on the Early Bird Show at 4 a.m. Eastern Time on Monday, and it's 10 o'clock Amsterdam time. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you back on Monday.